Belleville, Ontario. Pros and cons. Why are people moving here? What do you need to know before coming to this area? Hi, my name is Jeremy Tremblay. I'm a local realtor here in the Belleville and surrounding areas. If you have any questions during this video, after this video, my information is down in the description. Give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. I'd love to talk. Let's get to it. We'll start by just getting the cons out of the way. I don't think there are too many, but there are things you want to be aware of before coming to an area. So first off, I would say the shortage of doctors. That one is not a local problem. That one is Ontario-wide, even would call it Canada-wide. But if you currently have a family physician where you are and you're looking to relocate to this area, you're going to want to start the process early because the wait list to get a family physician is very long. And so with that, the options that you have available, like anywhere else, you do have the emergency rooms. Not a fun process, usually not very quick. There are also walk-in clinics. One thing to note, no longer have any physical doctors at the walk-in clinics here. All the clinics have been basically transitioned over that it's done via video conferencing. And so those are the options. They are actively recruiting doctors in this area. They have a program in place where they are reaching out. They're trying to get people as they're in school to commit to a 5-year term here in Belleville. It is working. We are getting doctors. And the one advantage of this area is the proximity to the bigger cities. We will inevitably have some doctors that will want to locate here and put their practice here. So something to be aware of. Another thing you're going to want to be aware of is the affordable housing. It's no secret that across this entire country, there is a crisis. If you are looking to get into the rental market, it is extremely difficult, and it's because there just isn't enough inventory, not enough units. So that hasn't escaped Belleville as well. It's the same problem here. Now, if you're looking to purchase and the first-time home buyers range, we'll call it, there's still a good amount of competition in that range as well. And so when you're coming here, you're looking at the homes. While we are more affordable than many other areas, just know that there's still a good amount of competition in that area. Now, they are trying to address this issue. One thing that you will see more now is that people are looking to buy a home and have a secondary unit. And so that is a great opportunity and a great avenue to get into the housing market. And so you can either take a single family home and convert it and add an apartment in the basement. And they're also purpose-built homes now where they're building them with a secondary accessory dwelling unit over the garage, which then pays a good portion of your mortgage. So just be aware, not a problem specific to Belleville. It's very much a national problem, but it's also in Belleville. Shopping, something that people need to kind of change their expectations on if they're coming from a bigger city. Belleville, our population is around 56,000. So we're not going to have a huge bustling downtown nightlife scene, and we're not going to have all the shopping options that the bigger cities are going to have. We have everything that you do need day to day, and the commercial district is building up quite heavily, but we are so close to going to Toronto. You can even run over to Kingston. It's 50 minutes away, and you have all the options. One thing I'll answer right now, I get this question almost every single time from everybody that's looking to relocate here. The answer is no. We do not have a Costco yet. I think at this point, it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. But just to answer your question, we do not have one yet. 50 minutes down the road, there is a Costco. We will get one inevitably. Flooding. Now, this is one that is more specific to the Belleville area. Just to go back a little bit in history, in Belleville, we have had flooding. Back in the early 1900s, the Moira River comes right through the middle of Belleville, and it was used for logging purposes. They'd be floating the logs down to get towards Lake Ontario. That river has flooded before. There's actually a plaque downtown, and one interesting fact is that the plaque is raised to a height of around 7 feet because that's where they estimate the waters got to. That's how high the flooding was at that time. Caused a lot of problems and devastation. Fast forward to more recent history, 2008. So that's when Belleville had flooding from the Moira River. and they had to declare a state of emergency. There were quite a few news stories on it, and it's just that there's so much water from the thawing cycle of after winter that really raises those levels. And so you want to be aware of that. If you're moving to the area, make sure to use a realtor that knows the area and what type of flooding happens. We've had other issues. We learned a lot from 2008. They learned how to control it and be ready for it. In 2014, we had some more flooding. And then in 2017 even, we had flooding, not so much from the Moira River, but we had issues with Lake Ontario rising. So along the waterfront, there were some flooding issues as well. And so we've learned a lot in the city. They learned how to control it more, but nature, you always have to be ready for it. So that's something to be aware of when you're looking for homes specifically within Belleville Direct. So that's it for the cons. Now let's move on to the pros. Why are so many people moving to this area? And why are people staying in this area? The first one, in my opinion, is it's still relatively affordable. And the way they're building this city up. If you look at Southern Ontario, cities are being built upwards. Belleville, we're still building outwards. And you look at new builds, you can still get into a new build construction home in the $700,000 price range. You can get into homes that are only a few years old in the 600 range. And these are well-built homes in very nice communities. And then on top of that, you can still get into single family homes in the $400,000 and $500,000 range, which are in more established communities. So you put all that together, you've got some great options, and the way the community is being built out, you have nice neighborhoods all around. And we mentioned before, all the shopping that you need is still within that area. Everything's within a 5-minute drive. So the way this city is being built up, very attractive. And building off that, another reason why it's so popular is our location. Belleville is not located in a remote area of Ontario. We are right along the 401 corridor, the busiest corridor in all of Canada. And if you look at us on a map in relation to an area like Toronto, very easy drive. You jump on the 401, you can get down to Toronto, hour and a half. There are many people that live here and will commute if they're working in areas like the Oshawa, Ajax, Pickering area, and they will go there for 1 or 2 days during the week. The other option is you can go to Oshawa and you can jump on the GO train, which brings you right downtown Toronto. I often go to Blue Jays games. I will take the GO train, Union Station, watch a game, jump back on, head home. It's fantastic. And that proximity to these larger areas and the 401 is what makes Belleville such an attractive area. Another pro, which I enjoy daily, is the active lifestyle in our area. We've got trails, lakes, beaches all over this area. If you want to take your boat, jump in out on the water, take a canoe, a kayak on a river, very easy access. Also, if you want to do trails, ride your bike, we've got the Zwix Trail that goes along the waterfront, paved trail, which is fantastic. You can go to the Frink Conservation Area. That's a beautiful trail where they've got a lot of different birds and wildlife. And then also Potter's Creek, right on the outskirts of Belleville. Fantastic trail that goes from the lake right through. Easy access. You can drive to these trails within 5 minutes and you can be living that active lifestyle. And then finally, which it's no secret, the beaches. And so from Belleville, you head over that Bay Bridge and you are in Prince Edward County. And everyone's probably heard of the Sandbanks Provincial Park, and it's a fantastic option. And I will note, if you're a local, you can go there during the week. Tourists generally are on the weekends, so it's not as busy. And if the Sandbanks is a little bit too busy for you, you can go to North Beach. That provincial park is also fantastic. And there are other beaches around, plethora of options, and it's fantastic to maintain that active lifestyle. Well, I hope this has given you a little bit of a glimpse into this area, some of the great things, and a few things that you want to be aware of. If you do have any questions, as I mentioned, my name's Jeremy Tremblay. My information is down below. Give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. Let's just talk about possibly if you want to move here.